What's up, it's Soul, and today we are here in Realms in Exile for the start of a new series, if you can believe it or not. I'm hoping that this will be a mini-series, and I guess the way that it's going to work, if you're not familiar with series on my channel, is that it's going to be fairly unedited. I hope that it's more of a Let's Play style thing where you get to follow me along during the entire process. We'll see how that goes. I'd prefer this to be around 6-7 episodes, as I typically do for my mini-series so I'm not sure if we're going to have to maybe do a cut in the middle somewhere. I haven't really thought that far ahead yet, but I'm hoping that this lasts us all the way till the end of April, just to alleviate some of the coming tensions of covering the DLCs, which we haven't had announced yet at the time of me recording this. It looks like we are going to get nomads, which is exciting. I'm very curious to see what else we get. I'll obviously make a video about that when the time comes, but today we're going to be playing as Bountig. We're going to be playing as Bountig. And now that this is unedited, you get to hear me mispronounce everything and have to repeat myself 100 times. Bountig Medlocon is one among a sea of many who eke out a living upon the windswept steppes of Rhun. Sorry, I literally just woke up. Born into low circumstances and cast to the winds by tragedy, the young Bountig now is a sellsword. He has heard word of a great raid to the west against Rhun, one which promises much wealth and glory to those who take the risk. Yet though he may seem an indignant mercenary, Bountig's resilience is matched by his will and wisdom. Beyond this petty war, there is more for him. He knows it. Can Bountig untie the squabbling tribes and clans of Rhun and build a new realm to rival the splendor of Gondor? Sorry, let me repeat that. Can Bountig unite the squabbling tribes and clans of Rhun and build a new realm to rival the splendor of Gondor and Hardwaith, or shall he be another footnote in the tales of the Great Steppe? We'll certainly find out. And this is, for those of you who don't know, this is from the new bookmark, The Long Winter, The War of the Rohirrim and the Frozen North. And also, he is the first story landless character that they have made. So this is bound to be interesting. Let's find out. And I'll obviously cut a little bit of this, the start, because it takes forever to load. So, you don't have to worry about that. All right. So we obviously start off with the landless, the roads we walk. And I think this will have to be, well, let's check them out first. I always like to see, ooh, man, that guy's good. Jesus. That guy's not, but this guy's, he's okay. This guy's, honestly, they're not bad either. I'm gonna go with the scrappers only because that one dude was really good. And then obviously we'll go through our camp before we even start, just to get that out of the way. Yeah, I got the handsome. He's a good second, so that's what we want. Nobody's good at this. He's an okay caravan master, so we can make him that as well. And he's probably an okay bodyguard. You can get some perks to make that better, so it doesn't really matter. Available camp purpose. I guess we'd be swords for hire, right? I would assume. It seems like that's the route we're going. I don't think explorers are scholars or freebooters. Legitimist doesn't make sense. I'm going to say we're swords for hire. Ooh, dang. Look at this armor. I love the shield. Also, let's check out the character. So he's ambitious, he's wrathful, he's diligent. He has Grey Eminence, which is actually not what I was expecting whatsoever. That's very interesting. He's shrewd, and he is Herculean. He has 25 prowess, he has 15 learning, he has 13 intrigue, 17 stewardship, 23 martial, and 21 diplomacy. So what is his, oh, it doesn't say. And it looks like diplomacy is actually his main one. Interesting. Huh. What's interesting about the diplomacy tree in landless play is that it feels like it's mostly the same. Independent ruler opinion. I guess if there's a way that you could diplomatically make them like you, that could be good. But if we're going to be walking around in an army, I don't know. I've never done it the other way. I feel like we'll do valor for now. For his early days, he wanted to be valorous, and then when he's older, we'll go more diplomacy focused. That's probably stupid, but whatever. And then, as you can see on the map, if you're curious, if you come on over, apparently it's not going to show up until I click space. It's been a minute since I've played in general, and it's been a minute since I've done a series, so forgive me if I'm rusty. We'll get there. But let's just hit start. And there we go. They came suddenly in the night, the camp set ablaze, the animals scattered to the winds, blood and terror sown in their wake, as women are carried off and warriors lay dead in the dirt. The survivors gather, the young shaken by the event, and the old accepting it with a weathered weariness. One graybeard consoles me softly for my loss. But this is how it has been since the days of his own grandfather. Life moves on, and we must bear what it brings, good or ill. Already plans are being drawn up to move on, to seek and gather what animals can be found, and then try to move to a new spot, less likely to be accosted by the vile barbarians of Khand. Yet what now do I have here? The life I had hoped to forge is now gone. My wife is dead. or lost to the grass sea. It would be a labor of years to find her on my own, if I can at all. My humble visions no more. What worth is living a life such as this? There is nothing tying me here anymore. Perhaps the wider world shall guide me to a better dawn. I shall seek my future in the sword companies of the West. Because if you choose this one, you don't get to do any of the story. I have clicked this just to see, and I really appreciate that Realms in Exile does this, where it tells you that the story is going to end. I think a lot of mods are now adopting this, which is very much appreciated, because you never know. If you pick the wrong thing and then you kill your story, it kind of sucks. You cannot marry. And we get this unique, so they did this interesting mechanic where they have story contracts now, and as you can see, this is a sword for hire 3-tier contract, and as we'll read it right here. Captain Bountig of Bountig's Wandering Band, I have heard tales that you possess a strong sword arm and a keen mind. I am assembling a host in the Western Lands to seek a new safe domain for us to settle. I shall not deny it will be difficult. The horsemen of the Green Plains are strong, but I do not doubt in our victory. Join us, and I shall make you a captain, and grant you a choice of the spoils, mayhaps even land, if you are so inclined. Let us take it. I have heeded the call and now begin my long trek westward. In my wake, I leave behind my childhood, my love, my innocence, and all that I have ever known. To what do I march? To glory, to death, or to some other destiny that I do not yet know? There is naught but forward. You travel to this guy's capital. And so we're heading over there, and we just finished building a supply tent, apparently, which is interesting. I think we should do a proving ground, only because it increases our men-at-arms size, which we don't have any. We have no troops whatsoever. What can we make, actually? Oh, okay. Halberdiers, swordsmen, horse archers, which is actually really sick. Cataphracts. Wow. These guys are probably insanely strong. Archer skirms. Light heavy cavalry. These guys would be the most effective against the Rohirrim, which is probably going to come up, so I think we'll definitely fill that out. Now we're here. I'm glad to be doing a series again. I always like them to supplement the other videos that I do, especially because they're mostly unedited. Unfortunately, that means you have to listen to me ramble and all the little noises that I make. Ooh, the Azure Temple. Scholars of Mistrand claim that throughout Amon, Middle-earth, the Azure Temple alone is honored by all Easterlings. I think we're definitely going to have to zoom in on that, because I'm not going to read that fast enough. Rhune's many cults can all find common ground, or common cause, in the vast temples districts of Lest, its many vibrant colored roofs, each a shrine to gods both obscure and commonplace. Above it all is the Azure Temple itself, a vast network of stairways and arches ascending from the seaside to the peaks of the Uldona Spine itself, a testament to the cooperation between the egalitarian peoples of the Sea of Rhun, for the blue sect of Dorwinion has many a shrine by the sea, and within the temple districts they enjoy exemptions from the typical religious taxes of the East. Interesting. That sounds really beautiful, actually. I wish there was a map, or a little icon on the map. Ooh, tip the host. You want me to tip you? I think you should compensate me. Who the hell are you, guy? What does this guy got? Get out. 3,000 troops? Yeah, how dare you? Maybe you should tip me. And he did. What a freaking little baby. Can I? Okay, I just need to get close enough to get these Easterling Halberdiers. Definitely want our own boys in here. And we're just walking. We'll move this up to a 4 since we're just heading over there. Oh my god, there's a lot going on over here. What the heck? Ooh, a rank 2 hired muscle? That's crazy. I do not like robbing graves. I don't feel like he would do that, even though he is ambitious. Okay, a faithful visitor. He's not our faith. But... Are they... Let's see. We don't know anything about our faith, so we should probably read about that. The ancient faith of Rhun is rooted in a wide pantheon of gods and spirits absorbed from the waves of people who have migrated into the region. Because of this, religious beliefs or regional beliefs often vary, with some spirits prioritized over others in particular locations. Sounds like they're kind of flexible. At the faith's core is a central divine pantheon with 2 primary progenitor gods, or progenitor. I'm not reading that. God of darkness and this god of light. They are coexistential, coming into existence at once. But the god of darkness desired stillness and eternal sleep, whereas the god of light desired to fill the cosmos with song and light and motion and change. So like it's, what is it, Morgoth, and then, what is the name of the main god? I'm blanking, but you know what I'm talking about. Their visions clashed within the primordial void, and for their clash came the other gods, and indeed the world itself, wrought from their commingled might. The two fell into a deep slumber, their strength all but spent until the last day, when all living things shall have to choose whose vision to follow. That's interesting, if a third path might not be found. In their absence, the world was left to their children, of whom both gods, spirits, and mortals are accounted. In all things now are light and shadow intermingled, though in greater or lesser measure, and none can exist without the other. It sounds like they're very fluid. I will... Well, how do we feel about his faith in general? We view them as hostile. He's a monk. I'm gonna say, just tell me a story. I'm not gonna banish you, but I'm not gonna keep you either. I think that's appropriate. We'll let him rest and recover. Also, I do want to stress, you know, I have troubles reading. A lot of what you see in my videos is me editing them. I'm sure you've noticed. I usually have to read and reread. I don't have troubles reading when it's in my own head, but just out loud. So I'm just going to clarify that as we progress through the series. Sometimes it's better than others. Today I'm particularly struggling, apparently, so bear with me as in this first episode. There we go. Okay, and we have made it. And so we've now joined it looks like a stand with us contract. And we're doing a raid for captains against the Riddermark with not a ton of troops, not a lot. It's pretty much none, and I don't have any sort of thing to go on here. I guess we'll just go ourselves. There's no way this is gonna end well. This guy wants to marry this girl. 57 gold. She kind of sucks. How does he feel about me? No, I'm gonna say that's not my problem, dog. I don't think this is gonna go well. Eyes in the Shadows is crazy. That's a lot of them. Can we still do contracts? Actually, I wonder. Well, not really, because there's 2 of us. We have 2 knights. There's no way that they're gonna win this. They're gonna get absolutely rocked, dude. I'm honestly surprised he doesn't start with anything. I guess because their homeland got burned. Oh yeah, who is this guy? I mean, I could definitely use another blade, but would you? Requires the portable shrine upgrade to convert followers. Interesting. I will work on swaying you. So Aurelio, and we have Iorga or Yorga, and we have Chausim. You are an analytical opportunist, but you would make a good bodyguard, so I will put you there. That's probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And you're honestly not bad. Honestly not bad. Where is this man going? Alright, let's see how we do. I'm sure we're going to get absolutely decimated over here. If we somehow survive this, I'll be shocked. And... Eyes in the Shadows. So I can actually accept this. Clever Observer is needed in Arpal. Okay, this guy wants this. The problem is Hired Muscle. I feel like we could definitely do this one. Yeah. Oh jeez. Pathfinder gear and then maybe Wilderness gear. That's still not the greatest. Let's just see how this goes first. Those contracts will still be there. We'll be able to come back to them hopefully. Oh, Rhun rambling. Okay, well I do like to try my luck. Let's see what we got. A dusty weapon. Captain Bountig's sword, which we can sell for a little bit of money. It's probably not going to let me visit their barony. Maybe if I switch the ruler, this is always like a fun trick that you can technically do. Where you can, yeah, now you can do this. I could sell some artifacts. Would you sell it for 18? Ah, there we are. Nice, let's head back. Beautiful, and now I should be able to create some men-at-arms and create some halberdiers, which is what I wanted. Scrape the barrel, which should give us only 25. Cannot do it while you're at war. We'll seek volunteers. Impress mercenaries is only 25, so we'll seek volunteers and use some prestige. And I will raise these up with myself as the commander, and then I'll come over. Hopefully I can make it there in time. But now I have 31 troops. It's better than nothing. Easterling Halberdiers, cool. We're slowly building up this army. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Cooked, chat. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus. My boys! Dang, dude. He just left us hanging. Okay, well, let's just turn around. We don't need to worry about any of that. Good God. I should have known better. So young, so foolish still. Blinded by gold and glory alike. I could only watch in horror as the horsemen of the Green Plains of Rohan scattered my fellows and slaughtered them near to a man. What few survived, and I begged for death. Only by the grace of the gods did I survive, slipping away in the chaos as the battle turned ill. I also wasn't there. Shaking as a leaf, I abandoned my armor frantically. I think back to the meeting before it all went wrong on those maps. Such small scraps of paper, and yet now my only survival. At last, calming my breath, I open my eyes once more and find the sun. The hour's late now. and as such I can tell east from west. Death alone awaits me if I go east, west, or north. For the horsemen were many, and I know they went those ways, so the south alone remains. A different terror is on me now. Legends speak of the south and of those who live there. Men tall as giants, demons of hate made flesh, are foes of old, it is said, builders of monumental houses and fortresses my people cannot dream of. Their gazes pierce the mind and read the hearts of those who come before them. If I dare this road, will they slay me? Will they know me? Yet I have no other choice. This is the only path left to me. I master my fear and walk to an unknown doom. We're going to Minas Tirith. Really? Thunder echoes ominously overhead. Adult. Wait, what the heck? Our camp ended up moving to where I was standing. That's actually really cool. Really sick. Distant echoes up and down the lines as carts and animals sink into the thick mud. Let's put our backs into it. Oh, thank God. Drill saved the day. Jesus. Our camp teleported over here is always fun. So we're exploring the region of Minas Tirith. What the hell? Aurelio got lost in a bog? Yeah, he's dead. Well, that's wonderful. At least I don't have to worry about convincing him anymore. Region Explore available. Wonder what this is going to be. As we travel by the Anduin, we notice a man loudly cursing his life and complaining. It's about his little boat. My lord, can I ask for a moment of your time? I will happily pay for some food and assistance in repairing my boat. Yeah, you can pay me, and then we'll let you come. I also want to refill these men-at-arms now. Beautiful. Oh, and there's another one. Oh, it'll disable any Gondor exploring contracts. Interesting. Okay. This is interesting. Ooh, the Citadel of Caer Andros was first established by Minokar, regent to King Namalsil, following his defeat of the Easterlings. It was the southmost of the chain of fortifications along the Anduin, reaching as far north as the Limelight. Also, the Caer Andros actually has somebody there, which is interesting. In the year 2900, Steward Turin restored the dilapidated fortress to protect the Honorian against the growing Orchestral in Ithilien. By the end of the Third Age, the Citadel was again largely ruinous, but if manned, its surviving curtain walls created an additional barrier to any foe attempting to cross the Anduin via Caer Andros. Yeah, because I was gonna say in the book, I'm fairly certain that it's just gone. Like they like kind of have a defense there. I think he sends somebody there. Might be Prince Imrahil. A strange sailor. I'll tell him a better story about how I just got wrecked by the by the Rohirrim. A strange land. Despite my own dread, I have managed to enter the lands of the south, escaping those of the horsemen of the Green Plains, as the legend says. Many of the folk here are indeed tall, some standing head and shoulders above me. Yet I have found no demons here. Yet. Their tongues are strange, and I do not grasp them, but they appear to eat food, to laugh, and to cry, as my own folk do. Yet that is where the similarities end. Great houses of stone line roads of finely paved stones. Rich markets resound with merchants' cries far and wide. And yet among them I count nary a weapon, though the occasional watchman and soldier in regal silver stands at vigilance. Frankly, it is overwhelming. I have seen more riches here than I have seen in all of my days, and that is before I have entered the gates of the great cities I spy afar. Though some view me with wariness, others pay me no heed, and so I can pass through without harm. After a few days, I managed to encounter a merchant who knows my tongue, if roughly, and who is willing to let me know if there is work that may succor me. As I wait for his word, my mind turns with wonder at the lands around me. Perhaps I was always meant to come here. I feel as if my eyes have been opened, and I am whole, and the whole world lies before me. I have foreign inspiration. What the heck? You have journeyed beyond Rhun, and now seek to behold the wonders of the West. I will see all the wonders of this world. Staying in the de jure borders of this empire in which you arrived, you will slowly gain experience in the relevant tracks. In the foreign inspiration, need to access the Return to Mistrand. Oh, Return to Mistrand. What is this? Is that like a decision? And special contracts will spawn in this area now. Return to Mistrand. After spending many years wandering foreign lands, my heart and mind increasingly are set upon the lands of my people. They squabble endlessly, but I believe that they could be great if they set aside their grudges. There is but one place to begin my work. Minstrand, the great city of my people. Beneath its mighty walls throng many souls, and if my message finds ground there, it may yet spread. Oh, okay. That is really interesting. So special contracts can spawn while you're in here. Perform in a play. I don't think so. Let's go to Minas Tirith. Look at this. Beautiful. Jesus. The Pelennor Castle. What's the town crier got? I'd be up for some traveling. Yeah, we could do some contracts here. A 3-star contract for the ruling steward? I mean, yeah, of course. Of course I'm going to do that. You want me to go to... Not very far, I don't think. Tirith Mental. That's not very expensive whatsoever for just a little bit of gold. That's crazy. TBH. Let's customize the route. Looks like there was a battle here. Go here. And then we'll go to here. And then on the way back, I would like to go here. And then obviously to Dol Amroth. We can read through these. Is this Lynn here? Yeah. Dol Amroth, go to Lynn here. And then from there, go to Peligir. No, that's not so bad. Wilderness Survival Gear, Pathfinder Gear? Yeah, Pathfinder Gear is great. Only 8 gold. We're going to get like 200 gold to go do this. So let's have a little journey here. I've gained foreign inspiration. By spending time in the ruling steward of Baron of Gondor, you gain specialized experience in the foreign inspiration trait. That's really, really cool. I actually already like that a lot. Let's see. So we're going to head. The Battle of the Crossing of Rui? What the heck is... Apparently it is not on in their thing. It's just like one of those battles. There must have just been one recently that was notable enough. The Martial Contest. Oh, I do love these. I have a 64% chance. I will try. I won the duel. And he grew a beard! He won. He's so strong, he won a beard. Or they want me to tell a story. Iorga, why don't you tell me a story? Yeah, why don't you become my friend? You're my second after all. You're like the only guy I have. Everybody else is dead. I gotta get more people. That's gonna definitely be a priority of ours too. The Womb of the Earth. I mean, you know what? This guy would definitely want to try to become a gardener. Let's see. He gained gardener. Jesus, what a G. Bountig knows everything there is to know about gardens, plants, and how to tend them. So that increases his stewardship. I mean, he's gonna become a good guy, I think. Good lord. Let's see. Okay. So you can go to Gondor, you can go to Haradrim, or you can go to Umbar. That's interesting. I feel like we would want to emulate Gondor the most, personally. But maybe I'm wrong. The province of Lamadin, which I don't think has anything there. Yeah, it's just the province. And we have a new martial perk, which I would like to say Stalwart Leader, because that fits his character, I think. There's nothing here at the inn. We'll make some agreement. We'll come to an arrangement. A knight errant, my lord. He wants to find the waters, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's like a fountain. This guy would probably be a pretty good... Yeah, he'd probably be pretty good in my party. Hurin, make him see reason and make him come with me. Yeah, get this guy. What is he doing? He's being a silly. Oh, he's actually an okay caravan master. He's a good master at arms. So now we have a Gondorian master at arms. Elmasil, my dog, my dude, my boy. You can be a bodyguard too, since you are a religious paragon, so you probably are chill like that. And hell yeah, love it. Free character. I could have got 50 gold, but it felt wrong. Another wandering knight. Let's see, it was fine. This guy, another knight. We could take another person. Although I don't know what he wants. I don't actually recognize this, so let's read it. As we walk through the streets of Rondir, there's a loud ruckus by one of the market stalls with 2 men yelling at one another. Before we can make our way there, a man has already stepped in between them to talk them down. See, it will be fine, he tells the man on the stall with a smile, and hands him a castor, which I'm assuming is a coin. And with that simple act of kind generosity, everything returns to normalcy, so he's like a knight. You should come with me. We definitely need more people to come with. More bodyguards, another bodyguard. Sick, love to see it. And this guy, I will work on swaying. We have excellent chance. He is a rapacious opportunist, but he's also trusting and he is brave. So those are qualities that I enjoy. The seasons of change. Time for autumn again, huh? Good lord. Yeah, let's just. He got wounded because we couldn't find any fare. Pinneth Gellin, we've passed through. This is going to be great. Okay, we have arrived, we have delivered the emissary, and now we have a strong hook on Steward Baron, which is probably, honestly, to our benefit. We could do all kinds of stuff. Can't arrange a marriage because he has no children that could marry, which makes sense. A contract? What kind of contract do you have? A treasure hunt or an escort emissary? Ooh. How much gold would he give us? 133 is a lot. That would increase our chances of you know, raising our camp up. So we have 270 gold. Should we raise this up to level 2? That's probably smarter, right? Because I can also ask him for more money. We get a little... Oh, I need 24 more. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the gold. I think I'll take the gold. That's fine with me. And I'll raise these up one more. Actually, maybe two more? Two more? That's a tough one. I would say two more. 300 Easterling Halberdiers is nothing to shake a stick at. They're quite strong. And we're increasing our pavilion. I'd say we're doing okay. Gotta spend money to make money, you know what I'm saying? The travails of a cook. Yep. That's what happens when you got no cook. We need a Walter... Land of milk and fish. Ew, what the hell? It's a nice day for fishing. Ah, I see. Let's rest a couple days. Let's get some fish. Some fish. Some fish au chocolat. The Silent Haven of Edelthon. Or Edelond? Well, let's read that again. Silent Haven of Ethelond. Yeah, that's how you say it. Once the abode of elves, the haven was finally abandoned in the aftermath of the death of Amroth in the year 1981. Terrible. Since then, the area has been technically under the control of the Gondorians, but the presence of the elven ruins means that very little live in the area. Ethelond stands cold and silent, a tomb in memory to elves who had once dwelled there. Or dwelt there. Come in, O mighty captain. I can tell you many miles to go, and I can offer you a reading of your future travels for a modest price. Yeah, tell me future. Oh, we have good omens. Nice, good book. Only fun fact about that book, because you know I'm pouring myself some coffee, so I'm stalling for time here. So it's mostly was written apparently by Terry Pratchett. Neil Gaiman did a bit of it, but if you read it and you're familiar with Terry Pratchett, it's quite obvious that he did most of the work, in my opinion. And we have found the Principality of Dol Amroth, and if you come here, you can see the Hill of Amroth, which is Belfalos. And I think, yeah, the Hill of Amroth. We'll read that too, since we're here. Belfalos was originally settled by the Sindar elves in the early Second Age. Eventually, a noble Númenorian family built a fortress on the promontory of the peninsula. This land under the Númenorians became known as Dor en Ernol. Its lord was given the title of Prince by Elendil at the founding of the realms in exile. The last of the elves of Belfalos passed oversea in the year 1981, and the former king of Lorien, Amroth, died trying to swim back to shore, which is a sad story. I think it's in the Silmarillion. Since that time, the hill has been known as Dol Amroth, the Hill of Amroth. There you go. That is where it comes from. And we're really visiting these places. I wonder if he's getting any experience for this. Okay. Yeah, you just got to go to different cities, it looks like, which I feel like is what he's doing, right? It's kind of... The Walls of Linhir was founded by Anarion. Yeah, we're gonna have to click that. I'm not gonna read that fast enough. Was founded by Anarion in the year 3421 of the Second Age on the site of an existing faithful settlement on the banks of the Gilrain, a significant dockyard for the royal fleet. It is traditionally seen as the second city of Lebanon after Peligir. Surrounding the city are the Númenorian walls, parts of which include the Great Gate, predating the downfall. Though built on a less impressive scale than others, more famous Gondorian fortifications, the walls of Linhir still make it a city of formidable redoubt and refuge from the Corsair raiders. Foreign inspiration. Okay. By spending time with this guy, we gained a little bit more points. Okay. So visiting, like, big cities is how we get that. Ransom. Huh? Helm Hammerhand. Oh, Chawsome. Yeah. Please. Thank you, Helm. That was actually quite kind of you. I totally forgot about that guy. My stooge? Who is this? Chawsome. I don't remember him. Yeah, well, of course he's melancholic. He was stuck in prison for years. A snapped twig. Whose kid is this? I'll just soothe them. I don't feel like he's mean. I actually don't know what his stats would be. Only 18. The High Lordship of Lebanon and the Port of Peligir, which we will definitely read. Once I zoom in. The oldest Númenorian settlement in Gondor, founded by the faithful in the Second Age, 2350. Peligir holds the distinct honor of being the home of the Royal Navy. It is also Gondor's primary maritime port, with vast quantities of trade goods flowing in and out of its marbled storehouses. Beautiful. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Ooh, explore the region. This region. I'm going to definitely do another escort emissary real fast, just because they make hella buku money. Buku money. And we should probably, I mean, we don't have to, but we should probably just kiss on Minas Tirith, because apparently we haven't technically visited it yet, which is ridiculous. And then we'll kiss Osgiliath. Maybe we'll kiss the other Osgiliath as well. We could potentially kiss Minas Morgul, just to see, but then that becomes dangerous. We could probably do it. That's probably not worth it. Oh, geez, what the hell? What the hell? I forgot about that. Yeah, view contract. Yeah, travel to complete. Travel without camp. There we go. I'm so glad that that's a feature. I remember when this DLC first came out, and I swore that you wouldn't be able to do it, like, once you had clicked it. And I was like, what the hell, dude? That sucks. Yeah, we visited a lot of Gondor already, and I do want to come over here, but let's do... We have only 8 gold. I don't think we need it. We're good. A study in martial. Almlaith, local captain, and a few of his officers greet me as my entourage enters the military camps of Minas Tirith. I quickly dismount, eager to inspect the local barracks. What would the Lord want to do next? I don't think Baron would appreciate that. I wouldn't mind some sparring. And I increased my martial by 1. And I visited the ruins of Osgiliath. Once the jewel and capital of Gondor has become a ruin abandoned by all its inhabitants. However, the ruins also serve as defensive fortifications, and it's the same for both. And I think we already read Minas Tirith's, which is the White Tower has loomed high over the plains of the Pelennor and the halls of the king since the First Age, I believe, or the Third Age, 1900, when it was constructed by King Kelmathar. It was rebuilt in the Third Age, 2698, by the steward Ecthelion, after whom the tower is now known. The guard of the citadel are named for their stations on the top level of Minas Tirith, guarding the courtyard, sitting in front of the tower in the Hall of Kings. In a secret chamber at the top is held the Arnor Stone, one of the 7 Palantir, which is what the stewards use to see what's going on in the realm. A lot of crimes, which I don't really want to do. Oh, it's one of the, what are these guys called? Do they call them the Pukel Men? The Pukel Men or something, I think, in the book, right? They're like walking down the pass and they're like statues. Gold never goes amiss. Who is this guy? Sure. Well, you can have a hook on me. I don't know what you're going to potentially want to do with that, but cool. It says 48 days. I wonder if we could hire somebody maybe to... Let's refill our men-at-arms. 1,600 provisions. We should probably buy some food, potentially. Supplies it this way. 166 gold. What if we convinced you? Oh, he said no. He said no. What about contracts? Martial duty sounds okay. We could do a couple of those. Get some money. What is this? In these distant lands, far from my birth, there are countless new sights to see and experiences to be had. The region Arnalaith has reached my ears. It sounds like there is work there enough to support me for a time. It could be valuable to me in other ways. This guy's wounded. He's my bodyguard. He's really not showing himself up to be great here. We're only 18. I think you start the game at 16, so that's good. I think doing an instructor of knights is probably not a terrible idea because you can get a decent amount of money quickly from those. They're basically instant once you get there. You can do it twice. Let's see those exclamation points. I will teach him Organizer. He learned it. Nice. I will teach him Forder, which he learned. Beautiful. And I will teach him Forder. Beautiful. Excelled at the contract. Got 139 gold. That's what you love to see. That's what you love to see. You want to see those. Well, we can do it one more time. Get a little bit more money for ourselves here. I always try to do the quick ones because I don't want to take too long. Okay, accept the contract. I do want to hire somebody too. We need to try and find a little bit. Oh, fortified knowledge. You can trait rough terrain expert. Yeah, why not? I'll take it. I will take rough terrain expert for sure. Let's see those exclamation points again. It's the same guy. Nice. Although we've already taught him the other things, so we have less of a chance to succeed on this one. Okay, we got it. Nice. Sorry if I'm not reading everything. If I did, this video would be incredibly long. Here you go, Valor. Okay, that's me. Now let's give him some food. We have a ton of money now, so... Well, not a ton, but, you know, we have a decent amount of money. We don't need to hoard the money. Let's go inside. Are we on the Pelennor, or are we inside of Osgiliath? Let's move the camp to Minas Tirith. Nice, there we go. So now we're inside of Minas Tirith. So now when we go in, let's have a look at Minas Tirith Castle. So we got this guy. Look for able bodies in the garrison. No. Warrior of the Free Peoples. That's a cool one. Good lord. Never mind. Let's go to the local taverns and see who's up for recruitment. That was actually a beautiful screen. Did you see that? This person has insane diplomacy stats. Definitely could come in handy. This guy has great administrative stats. How much are you, Borland? I'm gonna take Almiel, and I wouldn't mind hearing a story as well. Yeah, I'll take exotic stewardship. I'm sure that's what we're gonna get. I guess I'll buy some supplies since we need them anyway. Nice. Cool. Alright, what now? Do we want to continue traveling? Do we want to go north? All sorts of things we can do here. I got about 10 minutes. 1 of 10 Gondorian cities visited. Oh, okay. Supply capacity. Interesting. I think control territory advantage is better, to be honest with you. Although, we don't have to stay here forever. We can obviously travel around. Tom Bombadil is also... It cracks me up every time. If I want to play... Well, actually, you know what? We didn't get... I don't think we got any contracts from them. The 23rd of the 9th. Yeah, let's just wait a couple days. I'll try to get a couple more just to see. I want to get a little bit more money. Diplomacy is fine. We can see what we got. Mediate on behalf of the ruling steward baron. I mean, you have to do that, right? I am going to make a save here. Hold on. I'll do a save. You're going to watch me do it. Alright, I'm sorry for that. Just in case, I'm not going to reload, but I realized we hadn't saved at all. With the ruling steward of Baron's right of authorization in hand, we set out on a journey. The trip will take us to Eridir, then on to Morthon, before finally returning to Nye-e-Fereth. Small Gruth travels faster, and we're going to go basically all over this dude's land. So we'll see how this goes. Did not get to pick if I was going to have anybody coming with me. He's really wandering. The problem in this area seems simple enough. The locals on one side of the dispute claim that they are required to send too many men for military service, while the others say the opposite. Getting more details out of them for they inevitably degenerate in screaming and raising pitchforks. Both sides seem more than willing to kill one another, disputing over who must contribute more to their collective demise. Logistics, eh? Seems solvable. Oh, thank God. Jesus, that was scary. I really did not think that was going to go well. I have 24 marshals, so marshals always going to be a little bit more. Tomb Raiders. I found some Tomb Raiders. He's like, times are hard, Captain. Our families must be fed, and we are not doing harm to anyone among the living. Forgave the desperate. The captain deserves his cut. I gain ancient treasure. A sudden windfall has meant this character has become known for their wealth and generosity. Oh, but I didn't actually get any ancient treasure. It's just a perk. It's not very cool. Foreign inspiration. Nice. We are a well-oiled machine. These two are getting along. Well, of course, the other Gondorians. I would hope so. So this should be at rank 1 now, right? Yeah, okay, so we get a controlled territory defender advantage +1. Nice, dude. Very cool. So it sounds like this storyline is basically just you explore a lot while you're young, and then you end up heading back home, and you probably, if I had to guess, you create the realm of Rhun, which sounds really sick. I'm actually quite excited to see this. You know what? Interestingly enough, the last series I did in Realms in Exile was also from this area. I fear I'm an Easterling fan. What is this? Oh, Lamadin, right? Okay. A certain amount of bloodshed is allowed in any community before a higher power becomes involved. Petty murder, light banditry, perhaps a rival's prize animal unjustly slaughtered in the night. If the tax flows, local justice can usually deal with such things. When the privilege stops extending immediately is when some idiot decides to involve outside officials with their trivial gripes. The fools of Morthon have made this mistake, claiming a local tax collector was in the pay of someone's sworn foe. The truth of the matter is unimportant, but enforcement is. This is 95% chance, so I'm going to take this. We've done enough work now to earn most of the pay that ruling steward Baron promised us. If we can solve the last problem, then we secure our bonus, but if we only make things worse, well, there goes all of our pay. We can take 171. Oof. Well enough is good enough. We'll just say well enough is good enough, because I can get another contract from him probably by asking him for a favor, which I would prefer to do. I don't really want to risk not getting anything. I think that would suck. I think we should get a settler train. What the heck is this? What is that? That's unique. I've never seen that one before. Barber's tent. Barber's tent is usually pretty good, and you get a little bit of income, so we'll do a barber's tent. Also, it's great if you're a roving panda anyway. Yeah, you can't build anything else. Only one per turn. I think we should create another man-at-arms. An Easterling swordsman wouldn't be bad. They're just so expensive, but they cover spearmen and light cow. Interesting. So they only counter those. Probably bowmen then, because they counter skirms. And I think, what does spearmen count as? The kind of spearmen. That was a stupid question. Interestingly, the Easterling halberdiers actually don't counter as much as the regular pikemen do. So they kind of seem not as useful. These counter archers and skirms, and these guys counter the spearmen that you would want. So I'm gonna I'll take one cataphract, and we'll refill them with provisions. So now we have 350 troops with some cataphracti, which I think is a great addition to our camp here. You guys have to. I'm gonna have to figure it out yourselves. I don't usually like to get involved in those things because it's not my place. You guys are gonna have to make a nice kiss, make up, be good. Don't be fighting in my camp, okay? Are we home? Are we done? Did we make it? Support a faction. This guy wants to do something. I'm not gonna support a faction if it's against the ruling lord. Make a request against the ruling steward. What kind of contract would he give me? Oh, he's got a lot. Yeah. Treasure hunt. I'll take it, I guess. Greetings, adventurer. Many of the roads of this world and treacherous. If you work for Gondor, my liege would pay you well. He has a grand vision for gathering an assortment of handicrafts from exotic places. However, his duties cannot be held off. Thus, he offers you the opportunity to search the world for a suitable artifact for his collection. Select a destination. Honestly, not too far away. Let's go look for it. Let's see what it is. Although we should. This is interesting. Let's go up here to Erish, or Eric. And also down to, on the way back, we'll go to Londgalen. Maybe we'll also go to Saralond. Maybe we'll do that first. We'll go to Saralond. And then to Londgalen, which we already hit on the way back. Honestly, Gyros could be a good one. And then we can get, we'll hire captains, and we'll hire some, I think, wilderness guys, right? Pathfinders or wilderness. They're both the same. That looks okay. It looks like we should also potentially hit up this guy, this place right here. Yeah, I'm just trying to hit up as many of these locations as possible. Although this now takes away this, so let's make sure we hit Londgalen. Yeah, I like that. 14 gold, not too bad. Let's go hunt for a treasure, and this will be what we're gonna conclude. Yeah, this is what's gonna conclude the episode. It looks like. I'm enjoying this so far. I do wonder if it's not going to be plenty in common. Good for them. Happy for them. I do wonder if it's not going to be more wiser, rather, to make these like longer recordings and then just cut in between. I may do that after episode 2. I'm going to try out for the first 2 episodes not to do any cuts. But if it feels like this is going too slow, I'll probably do 2-hour recordings. Or I'll spice things up. I won't do too many edits otherwise, but so you'll still get like the feel, but at least then more will happen if it feels like it's going slow. That is beautiful. The Stone of Eric. Brought out of Numenor, the Stone of Eric is a perfectly spherical black orb, half submerged in the ground. What is above ground is easily as tall as a man. Upon the stone did the men of the mountains swear to fight for Isildur, and with they broke their oath, he cursed them. Oh, this is where it is, and that's what it looks like? I didn't realize it was that big. Uh-oh. Word reaches me of an unrelenting and bitter cold sweeping across the northern lands of Middle-earth. Snow falls thick and heavy, covering the plains and mountains in an icy shroud long before the usual time. The people of these lands are said to be suffering terribly, with many freezing to death in the biting winds. The early frost has ruined harvests and left food supplies perilously low. Families huddle together in whatever warmth they can find, but starvation looms large. Fear grows that this winter may bring suffering, unlike any in living memory. Traders and travelers speak of empty roads and villages silenced by the cold. The once bustling north reduced to grim endurance. As the snow deepens and the cold spreads, the fate of those caught in the grip grows ever more uncertain. Let us hope the cold does not reach us. Oh dear. I have arrived in Herod Glinham, visiting the local Smith's Guild, chasing hints of curiosities in the area, but with no luck. I stopped by the tavern where I listened to an intriguing conversation between 2 gossipers. I tell you, Khalees, the hide of the mighty bison is hidden in our plains, and I know where it is. Give it to me now. Perfect. It was literally a plane. Like, it was a bison hide. That's crazy. Let's get back and then we'll call it good. We have a barber's tent now, which is excellent. And I would love to get surgeon's tools, which I think is a fantastic motivator. Make a request interaction. Oh, he only gives you 10? What the hell? What about this guy? What would you give me? No gold. He's not willing to give me any gold. He's like, A men-at-arms regiment could be pretty sweet from either one of them. Because he could technically, potentially give me bowmen. Let's see what he gives us. They always give you fucking armored horsemen, I swear to God. I don't really want these dudes. So I'm just going to destroy them. I don't care. I kind of want to see what this guy gives me. I have enough prestige, it doesn't really matter. Let's see what he says. Armored horseman again, this absolute bitch. I probably shouldn't have destroyed the first one. I don't want them, so you guys are probably wondering why I got rid of them. It's because of that. I'm going to do Serve the Crown, just to give the recruitment cost for men-at-arms down. Our inspiration is now at almost rank 2, which is sick. Love to see it. The city of Saruland. Looking immaculate. Check on the stores. Nightly drills. Let's check out. Let's do some nightly drills. Okay. Make them make amends. They should not be fighting. Let's read the Saruland. This actually has quite a long one. I don't think I've ever been here on any character. It was founded in the Second Age 2903 by enterprising merchants from the Pelargirian League, an outpost to serve as an entry port to the inlands of the region. However, in time, the entry port became a full colony, and Saruland became a common place for the politically defeated or disgraced of the League to retire to. Indeed, after the Pelargirian League came to its agreement with Isildur and Anarion to swear fealty, the premier members of the effort opposing fealty relocated to Saruland, where the power of the kings was minimal. While on paper, Saruland swore fealty to Gondor, as did all the Dunedain realms on the Bay of Belfalas. In practice, the realms of Anfalas and Andrast functioned as independent city-states with little oversight and paying only lip service to their fealty. This would ultimately be ended by Taranon, Valaster's westward expansion, when he curbed the independence of these old coastal city-states, forcing them to honor their obligations and vows, ending their autonomy and incorporating them as proper provinces of Gondor. That's really interesting. Did not know that. The province of Anfalas, which, so this is, yeah, Saruland. Which Anfalas apparently doesn't have anything, just visiting. We're going to stop off in Dol Amroth, or Bear Heron, and get some supplies, and we're going to strike up here in Gilros, however you say that. The Cove of Rhun. Oh, this is actually really sick. The burial place of the princes of Belfalas and Tolfalas in Mirazar's Hollow is in a small cove in the northwestern shore of Tolfalas, one of the few sacred sites of the Dunedain of Gondor. The cove holds the last surviving Orleri trees? I can't remember how to say this, but I recognize the word. These fragrant trees were native to Numenor and the symbol of the convent between the Maya Unin and the Guild of Venturers. It was the custom among Numenorian mariners to place a cut bough of this tree on the prows of their ships, called the Green Boughs of Return, as a symbol of good fortune. Unin's power still protects the Hallows to this day. That's really beautiful. Love that. I also just reread Lord of the Rings like a couple weeks ago. Or not even like a week ago at the time of me recording this. So it's still a fantastic book, by the way, in case you were curious. I'm going to keep my options open. Did not get flexible leader, though. The port was in... Okay, let's zoom in on here. This is a Numenorian haven. Built in the Second Age 2432 and opposite Pelagir in what was originally a ferry station that linked Pelagir with the Southern Way. This place growth grew according to Pelagir's, and life in the city was intimately connected with that of Pelagir. But the late Second Age, the city had grown from a lazy village into a bustling gate to the lands east of the Anduin. Much like Pelagir, this land had in its early days been only a few miles away from the coast, but after the downfall of Numenor, the coast along the Bay of Belfalas had retreated a great distance, and the city was left far inland. This place remained the biggest city on the lands that would become Ithilien until the founding of Minas Ithil in the Second Age 3320. Interesting. And that, my friends, is going to be it for this first episode. I quite liked this so far. I'm very curious to see where it goes. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do again. I don't know if we're just going to do some simple edits, simple cuts, like I've done a couple of those throughout this video, not too many. Or if we're going to have to start doing longer recordings, but I'm enjoying this so far. I really like the journey, so if after the 2 episodes, if I feel like I'm preferring that, we may just see more episodes of this. Views are important to me, but they're not everything. This channel is ultimately a hobby, And I would rather you guys be watching things that you enjoy, even if it is less of you. But that's going to be for me, as always. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, I want to thank my channel members for their continued support. And in particular, I want to thank my Paladin tier members. Those are Dwayne the Rock Lobster, Zora, Luigi, Dunyal, Valadar, Lachlan, Grazo, Kandrif, Shadow King, Dracoon, and Titus. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to become a channel member, or if you've ever considered becoming a channel member, you can do so through the membership tab. Nights at above get videos 2 to 3 days early, depending on the day and depending on how I'm feeling. As always, I'm Soul. This has been the Easterling, episode 1, and I will happily see you in the next one.